Okay, welcome back. So now I'm continuing with the Sharon Show, and I'm on page 441. So follow along with me. If you have your notebook, if you don't have your workbook, you're solving in your notebook. If you have your workbook, you're solving along with me there. Okay, so find the product. Again, we're finding the answer to a multiplication problem, and we're drawing a model. Okay, so my denominators are telling me how many rows and how many columns I need to set up. Okay, so I'm going to draw my model, and I want 5 columns. So I'm going to draw 4 lines down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I need 3 rows across. Okay, so we're just getting this set up. Okay, so out of my columns, I want to shade 1/5 of my columns. Remember, columns are up and down. So I'm going to shade 1/5 of my columns. And then for my rows, I want to shade 2/3 of my rows. So you can either shade darker. I don't have a colored pencil at home, but I do have a highlighter. So I'm going to use a highlighter to shade across. And I need 2 out of my 3 rows. And then again, we're just looking for the part that's double shaded or overlapped, which is right here. So I have 2 of my squares are double shaded. Out of the total, we have a total of 15. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 out of 15 is our total. Okay, so 2/3 of 1/5 is 2/15. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, so again, here's my column, here's my row. So I'm going to set it up. So I need 6 columns. Columns are up and down. So I'm going to draw 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, I need one more. 6. Let me just check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, and we need 2 rows, so just have to split that in half. Okay, so out of my 5 columns, okay, here's my columns. We want 5, 6. 5 out of the 6 columns shaded. Okay, so take a moment and shade your columns. I'm going a little quickly. Try to stay in your lines so that your model... Actually, I'm going to darken my model, my lines here. So I can see it when I'm shading. Okay, so I'm shading 5 out of the 6 columns. So there's going to be 1 left over. And then I'm going to go to my rows, and I want to shade my rows 1/2 of my rows. Well, that's pretty easy because we only have 2. So 1 out of the 2. So I'm going to use my highlighter. You could darken, you could go through and just double shade and then see how many overlap. I'm going to use my highlighter just so we can see it a little bit better. So I'm going to shade across 1 of my 2 rows. And then we're going to look back and see how many are double shaded, which is going to be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of my total of, we have 6 and 6, which is 12 total squares. So 1/2 times 5/6 is 5/12. Okay, and let me give you just a little preview again, how you can check that. This is coming up. Okay, very similar to lesson 7.3, so we multiply our numerators and then our denominators, so we end up with 5/12. Okay, so just a way for you to check it. If we were to go back here, we'd have 2/3 times 1/5 equals 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 5 is 15. And notice I didn't simplify these because I don't have to. These are already in the simplest form. Okay? They're already in simplest form. Okay, so moving on to, let's see, I'm going to have you do a couple more problems on the next slide on your own. And again, use the notes and take your time. And I will see you in a moment.